Good evening, wonderful people. Praise the name of Jesus. Welcome to another episode of Miles with God. My name is Faith Mwangi. And of course, I'm delighted to catch up with you yet again for another moment to share of the goodness and the grace of God that He has shown upon our lives. I'm hoping to Kosalama. We are coming to you live on our Facebook channel at Oasis of Love Moya and also on our YouTube channel. And I'm hoping that you are blessed. The Lord have been gracious on my side, and I hope that is your testimony too. You know, it is such a beautiful moment, even to be part, or rather to be part of those people that God is doing great and mighty things, you know, even in this season. It is such a wonderful moment because tonight I'm joined by these amazing guests. Oh my goodness, it is a night that I cannot wait. I'm having that kind of a passion. Let me speak a little bit of the person that I'm having tonight. You see that kind of people, those kind of people that that speak a meaning, bring out your value even in your very dead state. I'm speaking of those kind of people. I'm joined by people who have ensured and literally stepping into that room, that space of people who have totally given up on life, totally given up on themselves. And it is such a beautiful person who have ensured that no matter how small, no matter how inadequate, no matter how, you know, unworthy you're feeling about yourself, they are bringing out the sense of living to you. They are bringing the whole of, you know, the sense of being, the sense of existence as far as your life and your destiny is concerned. I'm not speaking of any other, but I'm speaking of the founder of the Voice That Heal. I'm having this, you know, expectant tonight that someone is going to be getting something from this amazing woman, because she carries something. She's not just a woman, she's a package, you know, sent of God to ensure that destinies are not cut off, destinies are not aborted, destinies are not, you know, disrupted by the plans of the wicked. And because of that, allow me to confirm that you're there watching us, following us. And of course, I want you to go to that comment section, ensure you're telling us where you're watching us from, ensure that you're tagging along someone. And like I'm always telling you, kindly, especially them that are following us on our YouTube channel, ensure you subscribe and we move on as a family, and God is going to be amazing to us all. Have you tagged along somebody? Are you set so that we can get rolling through the story? Yes, ensure you are inviting someone. Usibarikiwe peke yako. I want to promise you that tonight is going to be amazing. We are not just there to share a story, but we are there to remind you that there is no reason for you to give up on yourself. Much as, yes, things are not working, it is such a bad state that most of us, we are finding, you know, reasons, or rather better options compared to what is right. Someone will look at a situation and they feel like the only option I got out of this, probably it is committing suicide, probably it is getting into that, you know, addiction, probably it is losing myself. But I'm having that person tonight who is going to tell us there is more to life other than giving up. There is more to life other than feeling unworthy. There is more to life other than just taking that rope or taking those pills and putting an end to your life. Are we ready to this? Are we ready for this? Yes, kindly allow me to bring on board my guest, my beautiful guest. I'm saying beautiful because indeed, oh my goodness, she is really beautiful, both, you know, and also the heart. Yes, so kindly allow me to introduce my guest. No, I'm not going to introduce her. She's going to introduce herself. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Faith.
Thank you so much for honoring this invitation.
I'm humbled.
Amen.
Yeah.
Kindly introduce yourself.
Oh, praise the name of the living God. Bwana asifiwe. My name is Mwangi. I'm so humbled to be here tonight at this Miles with God. I am sure we're going to share more. We are going to get to know each other in a better way, you know, just as our host is going to guide the questions. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Amazing. I love when you umesema guide through the question.
For sure. Yeah.
We are here to speak, we are here to share, and I thank God that you chose to say yes to Miles with God.
I'm humbled. Yeah.
Yes. We know you as I'm the founder. I know most of you are not familiar with you, but there is that, I don't know whether to call it, let me not call it a movement. There is that ministry that you're entitled with. And I'll only allow you to maybe introduce it even as we get to know who Anne is.
Okay. Yeah, so I am the founder of Voices That Heal, which is a mental health group and a support movement that was started this year.
Wow.
Actually, it was started this year. I started it.
Wow.
I started it, but later on, people joined me. Now it is not a movement that belongs to me. It belongs to the people, and I'm so proud of it. As I said, it's a movement that exists to create safe spaces for people to speak about their pain, their fears, their struggles, and also their victories, you know, so that we can celebrate together and also heal together in this journey of life. We all know that life is compounded by so many things,
Sure.
you know, and in this generation that we are living, these times are so difficult, and especially for our youths out there. So we found it better if we could create a space for them to find, you know, somewhere for open conversation and real talk. Hakuna kufilter.
Yeah.
We speak about it until it gets, you know, it becomes normal.
They say raw and redemptive.
Exactly, you know. Yeah, that is what Voices That Heals is all about, but it's about so many things.
Amazing.
But that's a summary of what it's all about.
Let me put a comma to, there is more to, you know, Voice That Heal, because you're going to speak about that, and actually that is the reason we are here. But allow me to I just wanted you to introduce you to my audience so that they can get to know what they're expecting and what you're looking forward to. And we are going to get to that place. What happened that for you to think of, you know, Voice That Heal? What pushed you to that? What motivated you even to that particular ministry, even to say yes? Because I want to believe it's a calling and it's not an easy calling. But before that, I want to understand, who is Anne and where is she coming from? What is her family like? What is her background like?
Amazing.
Yes.
I think this is the very first time in my life that I'm getting to share about my life in public.
And I hope you're enjoying it.
I think it's fun. I think it's good. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
So Anne, my full name is Anne Mwangi.
Yeah.
My middle name is Wanjiro.
Wow.
Yeah, I come from Kirinyaga County. This is where I was born. But the other side of Kirinyaga, that is Kirinyaga Central, a place called Motito.
Okay.
That's where I was born and raised until I went to college. I went to college I went to university at Moi, university in Eldoret. And I think that now, the only time in my life I went out of my county.
Outside home.
Outside home. Yeah, Anne is a born-again Christian. And I love the question that you asked about where did Voices That Heal come from, because Voices That Heals come from a place of salvation, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wow. You know, there is that Kikuyu song that says, when you got born again, what did you receive? Yeah. So for you received Voice That Heal.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. That is why I feel like for me to share about Voices That Heal, I must talk about the salvation part first.
Wait, I wonder what happens with them that are not yet born again. If this is literally what you receive when it is really amazing, and I cannot even wait to hear what was Anne before she got born again. Like, did you even ever think you can carry a burden, actually God's burden?
Before Anne was born again.
Yes.
I think the viewers who are watching, they're actually surprised. If you're watching me and you didn't know about my salvation journey, please stay tuned, because you love it. And I think this is a very wonderful moment, because I've really been yearning to share about this. Because I want people to know that when you invite Jesus in your life, a lot of things change.
Okay.
And those people who have actually gotten to know the new Anne, they know what Jesus can do. And I love it. I love this moment. What was your question?
My question is, like, what is your background like? Where is Anne coming from? Sorry for...
Okay. Well, yeah, as I said, I was born in Kirinyaga, the side of Motito. Nili grew up. I was born in a very big family of 8. We are 8.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm the 5th born, meaning there are 3 people, chini yangu. And I was born in a very humble background. I believe every Kenyan says that, but yangu si kusema ni ya ukweli. I was born in a very humble background. Literally very, very humble, very humble.
Okay.
And What do I say?
I don't, there are people who like humble families, like imagine atakuwa tunakula mkate na blue, but I don't know. Ama maybe sikuwa nabebwa nikienda shule na basi.
Yeah.
I don't know what your humility means.
Okay, mine is just like any other. I mean, it's a typical story because everybody shares about this. Mimi nilizaliwa tu kawaida, just a normal family where my dad was present, absent dad.
Okay.
And also my mom was, she has some kind of disability. So I was brought up in a very humble family, but a family that knows God. And my mom introduced me to church when I was very little, until nikakuja kuharibika huko baadaye, But tulizaliwa tukiwa watoto wengi sana. And because of the challenges that we went through, not many of us managed to go to school. In fact, Faith, as I talk to you tonight, I think I'm the only one in my family who has gone past the tertiary level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and no, I'm not the only one. I just remembered I took my brother to go to college.
You're the
I'm
first
the
to
first
break
one.
that.
Yeah, I'm the first to break it. And God has been faithful because watu wenye usema masomo isaidii, hey, ole wenu, masomo usaidia because with education I've been able to change my background. I've been able to change a lot of things that we grew up facing. Because now the story of my home is not the story of the home that I grew up in.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think God has been so faithful to an extent, kidogo huwa nasahau shida zenye nimepitia.
Wow.
But well, I've gone through a very tough background and upbringing, and I've really faced childhood traumas.
Okay.
Yeah, in my life.
Are you comfortable speaking about maybe one of the traumas?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is something I actually share a lot. So siki tunaweza ficha. I don't know, you guys, I don't know, not you guys. Let me ask you, Faith.
Yes, please.
I know it's your interview, but allow me to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
Have you ever faced domestic violence in your life?
Well, domestic violence, let me say just a little.
Ya kusikia?
Yeah. Well,
It's okay to speak about it. Yeah.
Well, I've grown in the hands of a stepmother, so I can relate what you're talking about.
All right.
Yeah.
Myself, I grew up with both my biological parents, but my father really tortured us psychologically.
Wow.
Yeah, he was this drunkard father, he did all kind of sort of harmful and violent things to us and to my mother. So tuligrow na hiyo kupanic and also having the trauma of carrying, yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, it was just a lot of growing up. But I
think I can understand you, because for me it's a bit different, because much as I'm tortured, I have a family that I can run. I have a dad who I can always run to, or maybe my big sisters who I can always run to. So I wouldn't say like mine was that tough, and especially when I had people to always look up to. So I totally understand when you mean domestic violence.
Well, Faith, mine was tough. It was tough to an extent. I think it's more than, since I left home.
Yeah.
Or since those things happened, it's more than 20 years. And I can say for sure sijawai heal, because every other time I see some type of violence somewhere, I get those episodes, and it's not something to heal actually haraka from.
Sure.
But yeah, my dad was a very drunkard father.
Okay.
And alikuwa wale watu wa kukunywa na kukuja kukos vita, beating my mom for no reason, throwing us out for no reason.
Oh God.
And all those kind of, it was just a hell of a, of a upbringing. Yeah, but along the way we picked some lessons, and we picked some of the things that now we share today to inspire. Yeah.
Let me ask you something, and allow me to just pick something from there. What became of your father now that it took you a very long time before you could heal? Did you ever work out your relationship with him? What became of your relationship as a family, and especially you?
Well, my relationship with my father is non-existent, let me say that.
Okay.
We don't have a relationship. I know he's my father. That's the relationship that I can talk about.
Yeah.
But he is not a person I sit down to speak about the things he did to us. But I think with age, he started to change. With illnesses and age, he started to change and, become now a family person. But, when he was changing, by the time he was changing, it was too late because tulikuwa tushatoka huko, tulikuwa tushapitia all the problems. So even him changing, I think it was just him just becoming good so that we can step in his role.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my dad is there. He's still there. We don't talk often. I would love to talk to my dad often, but most of the time we don't get to talk because hatunanga conversation. I think if I was to advise someone who is a dad, a young dad, naeza sema fix your relationship. Please ensure your relationship with your kid is good as they grow up because kuna stage ikifika to fix it.
Yeah.
And to have that child back is difficult.
Yeah.
Because tell me how I would just sit down with my dad and start talking if we never had that conversation when I was young.
You are totally a stranger.
We are strangers in each other's life. Actually, when we talk, it's about nitumie kakitu. That's all we can talk about.
Wow.
But basically, we don't have a relationship. Yeah.
What about your siblings? Are you in good relationship? But then did you have a problem growing up? Was there anyone who probably you felt like, anyway, they are good to these and not me, they are kind to these and not me? Were there such problems between you people?
Faith, my life was difficult while growing up because I grew up in a family where we didn't have the sibling bond. Kila mtu, tulikuwa tunapitia shida nyingi sana because my mom and dad were separating now and then. Okay. Na because of that domestic violence, tulikuwa sasa tunakaa kila mtu anakaa pahali, like my brother, I remember alikuwa anakaa kwa neighbor.
What do you mean?
And let me tell you this. Our firstborn, she's around 45 years old because my parents are old. My dad is 78, my mom 65. Yeah.
And you're the fifth born.
I'm the fifth born.
I can get
It's
it.
just a lot. It's just a lot. So while I was growing up, my older siblings walikuwa shatoka home. Okay. So wenye tulikuwa na wao, that is now my bro who is now a late, by the way. Alikuwa pia yeye anakaa kwa, it's like a distant relative, akisoma akitoka huko. Okay. Then nikiwa, after finishing my class 8, I was also adopted by someone. Okay. So nikatoka home. So we never had a sibling bond because every now and then kila mtu alikuwa anaenda mahali. Yeah, because of the challenges. So I actually, in my high school level, sikukuwa kwetu, I was adopted.
Wait, yeah. I understand. I think I've been in a situation whereby people will feel like we need to split this because there is no, should I say maybe resource to raise them all together. And I know how that can affect someone. I don't know, did it affect you in any way, the fact that your brothers are somewhere different, your sisters are somewhere different, you are somewhere different? Did it ever affect you?
Growing up, no, it didn't, because I felt like it's safe that way. Kila mtu ako mahali, they are able to have a plate of food, they are able to have somewhere to sleep. Growing up, it was okay. But right now, I feel it every day. I feel it every day because my sisters, we have good relationship with them. I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers. Okay. We have good relationship, but unfortunately, because of that sibling bond that never existed, bado inakuanga ngumu.
Ni memorial.
Sisi ni memorial baya. Atumisianangi bana.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but at least we are able to check up on one another once in a while. They are doing well. We are doing well, all of us. Yeah, but the board, that reminds me just juicy. My sister called, texted me and told me, I wish you could be asking how I am each and every now and then.
Goodness.
Yeah, like I was like.
Did you say juicy?
Juicy, yeah.
Meaning
it's
there's
like
a
last
piece.
week.
There's a piece they missed.
Exactly. Everybody feels it. I think the only person who doesn't feel it is our last born.
Okay.
Because now that is a boy, is a boy at Michuki National Polytechnic. That boy has grown a better life because he had the opportunity kwenda kwa kila mtu. You know, he come to my place, he goes to my sister's place, my brothers.
Yeah.
So yeah, kona board na kila mtu. So even sometimes we use him, na asisikie. Sometimes we use him to fix our relationship.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
At least he is able to draw you guys together.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, you're a young lady, a very ambitious lady, and you've grown and found this family that is literally something else. And there is that father figure that probably you'd have desired to have when you're growing up. I know most of the time fathers are authority, much as probably they might be absent or in and off. There is that what they symbolize in our lives. What did that do to you as a girl growing without that father figure?
I think it made me to be that father. Because
it introduced.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, you know, I think I've never had it soft in my life, to be honest. In every area of my life, I've never had it soft.
It hardened you.
It hardened me so much because niko na hustle kama Morio, because I know I don't have anyone looking up to.
Wow.
They're actually looking up to me. They want to see. Do you know the thing ukiwa campus, when you're in campus and you are receiving help, right? So muko tu mabeshte, you see people are just misusing their help, or they are buying clothes or doing this. Mi yangu inaingia and they know lazima
there's a
nitume
family
home.
somewhere.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that is how now life hardened me from that level to a shule up to now. I think I've never had it soft. When people see me, they think I'm this cool kid. You know, it's like everything is super amazing in my life, but if only they knew, I've never had it soft. But I wouldn't want to have it soft. Life has hardened me to an extent. I love it this way.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it this way.
You love problems.
I like some of the problems I face. I love them because they make me. They make me the person I wanna be.
Okay.
Can you imagine if I had it all soft, brought up by good parents, all this? I mean, I'm soft sana.
Probably would not be seated where you're
For
seated
sure,
today.
yeah. Because I think where I came from and whatever I've gone through in life has shaped who I am. Yeah.
Wow. This is really amazing.
For sure.
And there are people who will always feel like, I don't think I have the strength to move. Maybe because they look back and around and they feel like they have nobody around them. What would you tell such a person?
You're never alone. That is one thing I'd want to tell them. You're never alone, and you'll never be alone. There is always someone who has gone through whatever you've gone through, you know? And it's just a matter of maybe using your voice to speak up, and even to, to get to know that you're not alone. You know, Faith, I've not really introduced myself well. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Anne is a teacher. I'm a teacher. And part of my teaching is trying to tell my learners they are not alone in their journey of life.
Okay.
I teach in a school in Mwea, and when I came to Mwea, I came from a national school. I was actually teaching at Nakuru Boys because that is where I did my teaching practice, and after that I was absorbed.
Yeah.
But then coming to Mwea, life was so different because I kind of had a culture shock here because students were not the student I thought.
Yeah.
And coming to understand them later on, now I realize there is a reason why I came here. Because whatever I've gone through in life is what most of them are going through. Domestic violence.
It's real.
Which is leading to anxiety, depression, and so many psychological issues. Yeah, and until we understand where these people are coming from, we cannot be able to help them.
True.
So yeah, being a teacher is one of the tools that I use in my healing journey. And I think I would love to be a teacher even in another life because I'm able to touch and to feel it when I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's really amazing. And of course, I'm doing that because of that person that is following us, and they have gotten to hear a bit of your background. And there are people who give up on themselves simply because they feel like this one departed, my father, my mother, my siblings and all that thing, and they look around their life and the best thing they can do is commit suicide. But we are going to come to that. You were telling us about the Anne you were before salvation became, because salvation has brought about so many wonderful things. Please.
Uko ready kusikia hiyo?
More than
you
ready.
promise not to judge.
I'm not.
All right, yeah.
For the glory of God.
Well, I think that now that question takes me now to my journey in salvation, or my journey in Christianity. Anne was brought up in church. My parents, my mom specifically, she was a church goer, and she used to go to church.
Yeah.
Back then we used to go to a church called Christian Church, which later was changed to Life Church International.
Yeah.
Huko tu Mutito. But then after now, nimekupatia story, there is a time now I didn't stay at my home or with my parents. When I went to stay to the home now that I was adopted, we moved to Anglican Church. And you know, by the time I was moving to Anglican, now that is now the time you become spiritually mature. Now you are able to understand the concept of the Bible and everything. So most of my Christian values nilipata from an Anglican church. Okay? But then I also went to campus after finishing my Form 4. I went to campus. As I said earlier, Moi University, and I joined the Christian Union in Moi University, and now that's when my Christian values were, you know, zika grow kabisa. Nilikuwa mtu wa God, nilikuwa na Bible studies, sikuwa wale wasichana, you know, nilikuwa wale ambao wanajua God kabisa. Like I used to do Bible studies, not missing any mission, not missing any conferences. I used to be a person of church.
Okay.
Yeah. But then again, maisha... No. Nilimaliza shule nikiwa mtu wa kanisa. Lakini after graduating, now when I entered life, nikachanuka. Nikajua,
campus huko umechanuka?
Nilikuwa nimechanuka, but you see, I wasn't in the other world.
Okay.
Yeah. So while I finished campus in Moi University Eldoret, I went to live in Nakuru. I had swore and purposed. Mimi siwezi maliza kampuni rudi Ocha. Okay. That's not me.
Anyway, you had nowhere to go back to.
Anyway, yeah, for sure. Now I'm that person, nikipurpose, nimesha purpose. So I had purposed after finishing my graduating, I'll go and look for a job just around the towns within where I went to campus. But the grace of God in my life has always been sufficient, because when I went for my teaching practice, that school, I did so well that they said, Maliza shule ukuje.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did tarmac. I already knew after 4th year, there is a place waiting for me. And I went and I became a teacher at that particular place. Nikafunza. And then I think that's when COVID came. And when COVID came, schools were closed. And as a person who you're not employed by the government, inabidi tu sasa utembeze, wende ukatafute life, you know, because there is no job for you there.
Yeah, sure.
And now when I started my hustles, now that's when I met friends, when you walinichanua into several businesses, several ideas. And during that period, I think that's when I had a disconnection with Christ. So when I say I came back to Christ, mine is not really getting born, it's getting born again, you know. It's reconnecting with Christ. Yeah, so I stopped going to church. Because, I mean, mambo ilikuwa mingi sana. Mambo ilikuwa mingi sana, nilikuwa nafanya kazi. You know, I'm a very artistic person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very good at drawing. And arts, generally art.
Okay.
So back in campus, I think the people who are watching me, who are my former friends from campus, they know I used to do poetry. I do poetry a lot, and I used to do spoken word a lot. Nilikuwa ule mtu ule, you know, those people, Yeah, and then I also realized I can't draw. So venye nilijua naeza chora, so when after now nimewacha hiyo job, someone introduced to a business of arts. Do you really want to know?
Yes, I hope you are.
I was actually, nilikuwa nachora watu tattoos.
Wow.
Yes, I was a tattoo artist. And you know that world of tattoos, I'm not judging people with tattoos because honestly, I even have one.
Okay.
I'm not judging people with tattoos, but I used to draw people tattoo out of the passion for art.
Okay.
Yeah, and that tattoo world, sorry to say, it's not a world that is so Christian.
So is it because it was introducing
so
you then
religious.
to organs that probably are not comfortable or
not exactly organs, by the way. I had my boundaries where I'm putting the tattoos, but you see the environments for putting tattoos.
So suppose mtu angekuja tu and they want a tattoo on a very uncomfortable part.
Yes.
Yeah. Na ni job.
I think back then nikijibu sahi nitasema singechora, lakini back then julikuwa haso and kuchora tattoo moja small piece of art was giving me 1500. I feel like that was something I would have done. Yeah.
Okay.
And tattoo, it's not the only business I did. I also did other businesses. Yeah.
Okay.
Legal ones. I did other businesses, but during that your face ya kuhustle faith, sometimes if you're not careful, you can lose connection with Christ. We focus so much on building ourselves. We want it all together. We forget kuna mtu amekufikisha hapo.
Sure.
So for a moment, let me say I kind of forgot where Christ alikuwa amenitoa na mimi nikaingia into that world. Yeah, ya sherehe. Full force. Ndio.
Hautakumbuka siyo aki.
Sasa nishatoka shule, ndio.
Like all the efforts.
You know, by the people don't know this, and this is something I honestly tell my students. The moment you leave the gates of school, you are in another world.
Totally.
You are in a totally new world, and you'll connect with very few friends mlikuwa mnao kwa class. Very few, because now when you go to the outside world, you meet new people. You meet new people. So yeah, I met new people, but well, all that was happening. It was not just happening because it was happening. Yeah, I was going through a very dark phase in my life.
Yeah.
You know, when you have compressed so many emotions and stress in your life, sometimes the only way to let them out is to find something that, you know. So when I was doing all that, I felt so peaceful yet depressed.
Okay.
Una feel tu afadhali dunia ile si ile ingine ya kushiranga missions. But these are the one I'm able to laugh with friends. I'm able to, you know, not to party, but I'm able to do 1 or 2 drinks with people.
Our father calls it peace, fake peace.
Yeah, it's called fake peace.
You're literally enjoying fake peace.
Fake peace, yeah. But I was going through very depressive episodes from family issues, you know, problems at homes, personal problems, personal, you know, that age after campus is between 21 to 23 Apple, you know, your age is very delicate, you know, because you're trying to establish something in yourself. You're trying to have self-awareness.
Yeah.
Where am I heading as an individual? Mabishte wako wameshapata kazi, you know, you're just there existing. And you get a lot of issues. Your mental health is not doing well. So I was finding that fake peace in the art.
And the only thing that could validate your living was something that is not of God.
Yeah, not something of God. And even the friends I have, I blame you by the you guys. The friends I had back then were not my spiritual friends like the ones I had in campus. Yeah.
Wow. I can see some people commenting. David Praise is already tuned in. God bless you, sir. Moshiro Newton tuned in from Nairobi. God bless you. Shadi Blessed. Thank you. Kate Nimi tuned from Kembembe. Karaniwa Investor. Kanyekine. One vote there. Thank you so much. Tabitha Morugi tuned in. One-time cousin, kindly. Nijina Nasoma, one-time cousin. Voice that heal, tuned and learning. Thank you so much. Rose Nyawera tuned in. God bless you. Moshiri Newton anasema no matter how hard it gets, giving up is not an option. We have to toughen up. God still has a purpose for us, absolutely. One time, unaweza nichora. Unafanya kazi ya tatu bado?
Wewe. No, I wouldn't want to go back to such a business. But it's awesome. It's not a bad business, actually. In developed countries, they do it for a living. Eh?
Okay.
But I feel like it's not something I would advise people to do.
So Hachori, just to clear the air, Hachori.
Yeah.
Hachori. I can see Charity Waroi tune in and expectant. God bless you, Charity. Beatrice Musa tune in. Vivian Chantel, you are not alone. I love that. God bless you. Papa Dennis Glory. I can see Anne Kenny, church goer. And she's literally laughing. You are church goer at that particular time. Yes, I'm really waiting for those comments and also getting to see where you're following us from. And of course, like we started with saying, don't watch alone. Ensure that you're tagging along someone. You are sharing that link far and wide, because what we are sharing here, it is indeed impactful. I promise you, you cannot remain the same after you've had this testimony. Thank you so much, Anne. And I'm loving every bit of your testimony, because you can imagine, since we started, we're just at your background, the Anne before she got born again. I cannot imagine what happened after you got born again. Kindly continue. You are in Nakuru.
Yes.
Still hustling your way out.
Yeah, I'm still hustling my way out. And allow me to mention the specific years.
Yeah.
So, I think 2020. 2020 was one of my darkest years in my life, because that's the year I went into full depression mode.
Wow.
Because I lost my job, the jobs nilikuwa nafanya. And then with the curfew thing, you remember the curfew thing?
Yeah.
I could not move. We could not open even the tattoos business. Sasa nani wanachora tattoo kukiwa na COVID?
Nakuna mask.
Akona mask. So there is nothing actually out there for me. Yeah, I have a degree with me. Niko nao nimesoma, shule zimefungwa. There is nothing much that you can do. So that was a really, really tough phase for me. And the option I had was to come home, but I didn't even have a home to come to, because back then my mom was ailing. She was in and out of hospital all the time. Yeah. Kuna these siblings of mine when wako chini yangu, they are looking up to me. They just want to see if their big sister will save them from whatever they are going. So uko tu unashanga, where am I starting from? What am I going to do? Well, then, the same year, something amazing happened. Yeah, I used to have a laptop that I used to have in campus. So, your time, while I was just in the house, niko tu hapo na watch movie, I thought, sinasikianga watu wao wanafanya online writing. Kwani, what is it about? Faith, I'm a very smart person, by the way. Sometimes I don't need to be taught something to learn. I just learn on my own. So, nikajiuliza, ni nini watu wanaitanga online writing? What is it all about? Nikaanza watch YouTube. Nikaanza check on social media, the academia pages. And then I was just there on Facebook. I remember very well. Nikaona mtu amepost. Back then, you know about academic writing? Yeah. Yeah, back then, it was during COVID, ilikuwa high, because you see now people were not going to school. It was online learning, eh? So mi nikaona mtu amepost hapo, amesema, I have a 10-page, I need someone to do. Mi hadi sijui kuandika saa hiyo. I mean, I used to write poems, I used to write spoken word. Nilikuwa wale artist wa kuingia stage na spoken. I used to be, I'm so artistic. That is one thing I know about myself. So, nikiwa tu hapo, that is now 2020, I said, I'm picking the order.
Wow.
And we exchanged number with the person now who was having the order. Akaniambia, I'm giving you 24 hours to deliver a 10-page. And a 10-page was being paid $250 back then. So I knew I've already made $2,500 in 24 hours. How much can I make in 48 hours or in a week? Basi kwa najua kuandika. So I just picked. I still remember the topic was the Great Depression in the US. I still remember the topic because I researched and researched and researched. Nikaangalia writing format, APA, MLA, vile zote zina work. And I wrote a very funny draft paper. But your paper, ilirudi correction. The correction I made, I knew how to write from that.
Wow.
And from that day, mi sikuwahi chora tattoo tena. Orders started coming, and I used to produce nice papers. I could make 40,000 in a week.
Wow.
I could make good money. But you see now the world of online writing is very difficult because it turns you to an introvert.
Yeah,
Because
literally you're in the house the
you
whole
spend
time.
all your time in the house. Now, maisha yangu ikaanza kukua from being broke to having money but lacking a social life. Can you imagine?
Wow.
It seems nice and wow, but it wasn't wow because
There's a lot in your head.
I used to think money is everything. I used to think when you have money, you don't have stress. But I'm really, I have to disappoint you guys. You can have money and still have stress.
Sure.
Because back then, I was making good money in terms of, that age. You don't have so many responsibilities apart from yours and za nyumbani. But I didn't have peace. That staying in the house, that writing papers, it just made me someone different. And I think hapo ndio sasa nilienda into deep depression.
You have money.
I have money.
You have
money.
opportunities.
I'm having opportunities. I'm sending now something home. They are telling me they are doing better. But I'm not meeting people. I'm actually spending all my time in the house. Yeah. Because I have to do this. I really want to do this. And since that time up to now, I struggle in making friends, to be honest.
I don't think you are because you're friends anyway.
Yeah. Huwa nashindwa hata kustart conversation when I meet people.
Okay.
People who know me can attest to this. Tunaweza kuwa tuko tu, but I don't know where to start you from. Yeah.
Amazing. You're still in Nakuru.
I'm still in Nakuru. Nimeanza writing.
How did you shift to Mwea?
Exactly. That's where I'm getting into. Now, it's 2020. I'm doing online writing. Nimeanza 2020 kiisha. I still did online writing 2021. Still, I'm very depressed. I'm not really happy. But by good luck, in 2021, nilikuwa nimegraduate the previous year. In 2021, no, I graduated in 2019 actually. So in 2021, by God's grace, I got a letter. Yeah, and I was invited now to come and teach in Mwea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The details of the letter are yet to be discussed, but I think it was just, mi nitasema God's grace because
Miles with God.
It was God's grace because unaona walimu huwa waemployiwi haraka because they're employed according to years of graduation.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, this year wanachukua watu wa 2019 ama wanachukua watu wa, I'm not very sure. But you could, back then, that time I graduated, walikuwa wanachukua watu wa 2007.
Na venye walimu wanakuanga wengi.
Ni wengi. So walikuwa watu 07 wachukuliwe, watu 8, like that. Before ufikiwe 2019,
Okay.
you already 40s huko. Sindio? Okay, ama that is, I don't know. But
God happened.
God happened. I didn't go mlango ya nyuma or anything, but good things happen. And at the right time, Jesus comes in,
Wow.
Yeah, so we got the letters. We were invited for the interviews. We were invited for the interviews first, then we got the letters. And I didn't know that God had a purpose for me to come to Mwea because I wasn't doing an interview for Mwea actually. I wanted a school in Nakuru.
Wow. In your mind, you didn't. It's not just about home, even Mwea itself.
Kwanza Mwea. Mwea, when we were in primary school, aki watu wa Mwea munisamehe. I don't know, tulikuwa tunaambiwa, wewe kosa kusoma utaenda Mwea. In my mind, I thought Mwea is a place people don't go to school. I don't know. Tulikuwa tunaambiwa there is a lot of money here and you don't need to go to school. So tulikuwa tunaambiwa unakosa kusoma uende Mwea. So in my mind I thought Mwea is a place people don't really go to school a lot. Yeah, because we were told there's money, pesa ya mchele,
But umejipata sasa umeitwa.
Iko anyway. The money is there.
The money is there literally.
Yeah. Then nikaitwa Mwea and then I came here. I was absorbed at Madangauta Secondary School, which is a school in Mwea East Sub-County. And for the last, how many years now? Because I was absorbed in 2022.
These are roughly 2 years, 3 years.
3 years. No, it's actually this is my 4th year because I got the invitation in 2021 November, but reported in 2022 January. So I believe that's basically, this is my 4th year. Mbona naona ni mwaka ya 4 ama ni 3? 2022, 23, 24, 25.
Yeah,
this is my 4th year.
Yeah, sure. So finally you've come and you've been exposed to a whole different kind of an environment. Now you're able to engage with people. Did that change anything about how you felt back in Nakuru?
Well, getting a letter to come to Mwea actually came with a lot of emotional. I felt like it's a hard decision for me to make. Why? Because you see, teachers are not paid well. Okay, let me say are paid well. But the money I was to be paid was nothing compared to the money I was earning through online writing. Mtu mwenye ashaifanya hustle ya online, unajua ukiketi teaching vizuri na orders zinakuja, you are able to do something. You are able to get something out of it. So when I got this job, I was like, ikazi. I wasn't looking at the future. I was looking at the moment. I felt like itakosa time limit. Itani limit. But coming to Mwea, actually, ilikuja na a change in seasons, because immediately I got this letter to come and teach online writing kaenda chini, because with the coming of the AI and everything, so there were no much job to be done. Yeah, so it's a win. A win is a win.
Yeah, sure.
So I won. I felt like, wow, this is okay, because now I don't have to worry about this money that is not flowing. And coming to Mwea, of course, this was a different environment. I came, I didn't know anyone here. Actually, sikuwa nimefika Mwea, labda kupitia tu. I came here, I settled at my school, but this place gave me a very big culture shock. Yeah, culture shock ilinigonga kidogo, because
Which
of
was
the way
that?
of basically in my line of work. In my line of work, mimi nilikuwa nimetoka, the place I come from, people really value education. Yeah, to be honest, where I come from, tunajua masomo ndio kila kitu. And also where I was teaching. But coming to Mwea, and especially teaching in a day school, I realized, huku masomo ni side hustle. Nitaita aje? Masomo ni that side thing. It's not something they really prioritize. Yeah, they prioritize other things. So you could be just yelling, tusome kwa bidii, but they are looking at you like, bidii?
No,
nini? Yeah, so there was a lot of culture shock that I faced in my line of work. And every day I face new one, but I am able to learn and understand where it's coming from. Yeah, so I came to Mwea, I settled. And I bado sikuwa naenda church, but when I came here, nilianza kuenda church, any church that imenikaribia na penye naishi. I don't have a specific church or denomination. Denomination. Yeah, I don't have a specific one. I'm just going to any church. Juadi nilikuwa naenda PCA because I was living near PCA. Kaenda kuishi na hapo KAG pia yuko nikaenda kidogo. But I wasn't so serious about church. Ile tu kuenda church goer. Yeah, but not until 2023 I met Jesus in this particular church.
We are coming there.
Yeah.
I'm promising you we are coming there. You finally come back to Mwea. Will you think of looking for your family?
When I came back to Mwea, I didn't tell you, when I got that online job, I had a mission. Mi kwa nataka kuchange kwetu by the, I wish I can put a screen of my home right now. I really wanted to give my home a different picture. So my focus was not me. My focus was my family. How do I fix their life? Now that God has graced me to be where I am.
Yeah.
So mimi nilienda home. Of course, I went home. I look at the situation. Things were very not so good. I changed the face of my home. I built my parents, both of them, a very beautiful house. Yeah, a very nice, awesome house. I think kama wana watch, they know what I'm talking about. I made sure they are comfortable. I went to my siblings pia. I did something for them. When walikuwa nataka kurudi shule,
You took them
their
back.
life. Yeah. And also some of them are still in school. I'm still taking care of them. I had to change the picture. I had to give them peace first. let them be okay. Nita fix my life baadaye.
Wow.
Yeah. So yes, I looked for my family. We did amazing things together. Right now, I would say the family that I grew up in is not the same family. You know, sahi hata nakuanga proud kuambia watu wengi kwa gari tukasalimie mom because I know.
Wow.
Sahi kila kitu iko fine.
You have somewhere you can show.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't take pride in it. I just thank God because I can imagine how many people out there are watching this show and they would want to change their home.
Sure.
Sini wengi?
Sana.
So encouragement, don't lose hope. Imagine kuna tu siku. Kuna siku itajipa. Itajipa na you'll be able to make your home, the home that kwenye unatoka, the home you've always wanted.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really beautiful. Personally, I'm encouraged and I take that home. Let's get to 2023.
2023.
Indeed, the year of Jubilee has come.
Is it 2023 or last year? I feel like it's last year.
Yeah,
2024.
2024.
See, to go 2025.
Yeah, sure.
So let me say this. 2024 was another now, it was a repeat of my 2020.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some part of my life I don't wish to share right now.
Yeah.
But kuna so many things that happened in my life that really made my years to be tough and sad. And 2024 was one of those years I was winning but very sad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I was winning in so many things. I was really winning actually kwa vitu zingine mingi sana. I don't know whether I should say it in air because in 2024 is the year I bought my first car. Okay, my car because I don't have two cars. My car.
Your first car.
Yeah, my first car in 2024. It's the year I actually what did I do? Yeah, even like iyo kumaliza nyumba ya kina mom wakaingia, taking my brother to college. Many things were happening that year, but that is the same year I felt lost. I felt broken. I felt like nilikuwa na feel too I'm tired. I felt so tired. And November last year 2024 while I was walking along this path, nilikuwa napenda kwenda gym sana hapa Mwaganjo. So most of my evenings when schools are closed, I used to after nimemaliza shughuli zangu na kuja gym hapo Mwaganjo. So this particular Friday evening I'm just walking this route going to Mwaganjo for my gym session. And then nikasikia kulikuwa na kesha huku. Nikasikia kuna kesha. And then nilikuwa nimekaa whole year without ever going to church, I think.
Wow.
So vile nilisikia kuna kesha, I decided to just enter. You know, I don't remember exactly which kesha, but nikaamua tu niingie. Nikaingia nikakaa kule nyuma kabisa. I didn't even want people to notice me. You know that outfit ya gym unaendanga now you have your earpods, you know that kaswag ya gym, eh? So uko nayo, so utaki, people in church are looking this awesome and good. So wamejipanga for the
kesha.
The kesha. Where uko tu hapo na sweatpants with a hood. You don't even want people to notice you.
Yeah.
I sat there at the back. People were praying. People were really praying. And you see, I had a very big disconnection with Christ, as I said before. Eh? So mimi ninashindwa ninaomba watu kwani mtu amalizi hii maombi. People are praying hours and hours and hours, and the much I can tell God ni Jesus, thank you. You know that thing you are not unable to pray continuously. Yeah. So I just stayed at the back. Nikasikiza sermon. I remember that kesha it's Pastor Calbert who was preaching. After preaching and preaching and preaching and praying, I felt the Holy Spirit come to me and tell me, I think it's time. It's time you come back to Jesus.
Okay.
It's time. And during that kesha, that was last year November, that is the year I recommitted my faith to Christ now vizuri. Si hiyo ingine yenye ulikuwa unasema umeokoka tu.
Hiyo ilikuwa ya CU.
Ilikuwa ya CU. This is now when I knew what salvation really means. And you know, Pastor Calbert prayed for us. Mimi sikutokea by the way akisema watu waokoke. Juu niliona nikitokea, probably that kesha, I felt like there are people who know me. I felt like sasa watasema huyu akwangia ameokoka. I felt like I might be judged during that kesha.
Wow. Was
Yeah.
it a problem being judged for you?
Let me tell you, being a teacher is difficult.
Okay.
Because there are so many people looking up to you, wanataka kukua kama wewe. They
Kumbe
don't
she
know
is
your
not
story.
Kumbe she is not even what we think.
Exactly, exactly. And you know, yeah.
Wow.
So I have this grace that God has given me, and I find so many people telling me, "Hey, wewe unakuanga mentor wangu vibaya sana." Sasa nina imagine nina mentor watu alafu nimetokea kuokoka saa hii. I'm imagining how many the number of students, maybe my former student or
Yeah.
watu wenye wako huko, they know me.
Ama muitwe altar call na mwanafunzi wako.
Imagine, like niko zile za siwezi angusha watu. I really want to get born again this particular night. The Holy Spirit is speaking to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like, we hapana. We wacha niokoke huko nyuma. And then I also felt this kuokoka naita kuokoka. I felt I had self-doubt.
Yeah.
I was like, si labda nitarudi tu kwa ile life.
Oh.
So, you know that voice telling you,
intimidating you
no
literally.
need, no need. Wewe utarudi tu. Tunakungoja the other side. Yeah, but that night, misi kutokea, I just sat at the back. I repeated the words he said. He prayed for us. And I think that night I gave my life to Christ. But giving my life to Christ was easy. But now staying in Christ was the hardest part.
Tell us about it.
Because you see now, you are in this world. You have friends who are not church people.
It's not like Kitambo, you were a church girl.
Exactly. It's not like I was a church girl from before. I had friends. Watu wa sherehe, watu wenye, we are doing all kind of things with huku nje. And people who don't know me as a church person. You see, I've come to Mwea. I've not come to Mwea as a church person. So I've come and met people of my like and my kind. So staying in Christ was the most difficult part because it meant now me cutting off so many things in my life and including people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere had to suffer.
Imagine, unfortunately, I know they are watching now and
They need
all
to
the
join
time,
you.
Actually, wewe wananiambia hivi kila time. Ani, atuamini ni wewe.
Really?
Ni wewe una post Bible verses. Ni wewe, you know they don't know this me.
Okay. You were a culture shock.
And by the
to
way,
them.
my friends, I love you so much. Ni ile tu sasa kuna mambo tu you have to fix in your life. They haven't met the new Annie. They
But of course you
haven't
can
met-
tell them there is all benefits on this side.
They have seen it, I think.
Amazing.
You guys have seen it. You've been listening to my testimonies and the things that I'm doing, and you can attest that actually, indeed, Christ can save a soul. Yeah. So mimi nimeokoka, nikaokoka.
Sema tena umeokoka.
Nimeokoka. If there is something I'm proud about right now is my
being born
salvation.
again.
Salvation yangu. I think it's something I would never want anyone to take away from me. You can take anything else, but not it. Because I hustled for it. It was a year of making decision. Umwaka naokoka. Umwaka naenda kanisa. God, please give me a church. Do you know I started praying for a church
Before
in
you
2021
got.
before God brought me here?
Really?
For sure. 2021 when I knew I'm moving to Mwea, I told God, guys, nikifika huko tu kwe kuna church tu yenye you've made it to be for me. And I'm going to several church, naenda PCA na feel bado. Naenda which church na feel bado. Until last year 2024 when God brought me to Oasis of Love. In that kesha nikipita. Nilikuwa napita, I came, I gave my life to Christ. And that ilikuwa close to December. It was close to December. So December holidays, I wasn't around. So when I came back to Mwea now, I started coming to church here. But before I came to church, now official Sunday, I came to the kesha of Guruka Mwaka. And I was seated somewhere over there. And I remember there was an expectation card that Bishop gave us. Mimi nilikuwa nimekaa tu, nasema najua niliokoka last month, but am I really up to this task? I mean, will I keep up this faith? Will I be able to live in this world of Christ? Because let me tell you something, Faith. This world of Christ is not a simple world. It's not a world you walk in and walk out tomorrow. Yeah, when you decide you are choosing Christ and Christ for it.
You have to be intentional.
You have to be intentional about it, and you have to uingie na miguu yako miwili. So I was afraid of this new world. I was like, Mungu hapa ni wewe sasa. Usipokuja, I can't do it alone. And on that expectation card, my first expectation I wrote was, I expect to remain in Christ just as I have submitted to him this month. And so far, so good. I think I love it here so much.
I can confidently say,
yeah, this is now where I was supposed to be all along in my life.
Wow.
And every day I'm getting now a revelation why God brought me to Mwea. Yeah. I think kama si huku ningekuwa bado nachora watu tattoos, maybe, I don't know.
One time angebahatika kuchorwa tattoo, but we are sorry one time. We are sorry, but we hope you to give your life to Christ wherever you are. If you have not, allow me to read a few comments.
For sure.
Yes, I can see some people following us. Yes, thank you so much. Waziri Njero is watching with Jaisha. Jairas is also watching. Na Jairas anasema, may the Lord keep and multiply you more grace, Ani. And Pastor Calvary is saying, to God be the glory. Keep serving Anne, director, the voice that heals indeed. I can see Anne Kiani saying that kwa maombi nayo hakuna faking. I see Isaiah Mwangi saying that tuned in. Anne Kiani is also saying that it's called grace. Thank you so much. Keep those comments coming. Let me see whether there are some few or rather more people sending their comments. Yes, thank you. Continue sending those comments, and I want to believe that God is impacting you from wherever you're watching us from. I know this far there is something that you have picked. I am loving every bit of your testimony, because in every line there is something to pick. The confidence, the courage that you have gotten to even cultivate in your growth. And I love the fact that even much as you can count the achievements, I love the drawing board. There is a place that you got and you felt like, I need this, God. Because that is what Miles with God is all about. We are there to say that it's not by might, it is not by powers. You can have achieved so great, but at the end of the day, it may give you no sense of existence. But as long as your life is being driven by this authentic source, which is God, definitely you have the peace that surpasses whatever you can ever gain from this world. And so thank you so much, Anne. And I think we're almost getting to that place that I've really been waiting for, getting to know what happened after you gave your life to Christ. Because I want to believe, much as there are certain things that had to leave your life, so much had to come into your life. Much as there's a certain phase that had to leave your life, God had to rebrand you, or rather God rebranded you to something different. And that is why we are getting the voice that heal, because I want to believe God started a journey with you. Like the old you had to be forgotten, and a brand new beginning had to be started. And I want you to tell us, you have given your life to Christ. Did the burden of voice that heal come immediately? Was it an instant thing, or how did it come about?
Well, voices that heal, voices that heal. All my life,
Yeah.
I'm a listener.
Yes.
I like listening to people, but that's not the reason voices that heal came. Now, once I gave my life to Christ, we are talking about now last year, right?
Actually, last year.
It's last year. Oh my God. Yeah, last year. Once I gave my life to Christ, and on 31st, the day now coming to the new year now, vile niliandika kwa expectation card nikaambia Mungu, first expectation is that you're going to actually keep me in this. You're going, please God, ensure mimi sijarudi, mimi nimesarenda kabisa. Ensure please don't make my friends laugh, because when I got born again, niliambiwa we tunakungoja tu. It's just a matter of 2 weeks you'll be back to our life. And I used to tell God, God,
they did that.
Yeah, of course.
Oh
that is why I told you, getting born again is easy. It's staying in Christ that is difficult. Sustaining it. Because you face a lot of enemies out there.
Yeah, sure.
Not so many people want Satan doesn't want you to live the your world.
Hafurahi
Kabisa. So mabeshte wananiambia hai, si tunajua tu it's just a matter of 2 weeks you'll be back. So my first expectation, I told God, you know what? This is all up to you. You're the one who has brought me to to Oasis of Love, and you had a purpose for this night.
Yeah, sure.
And immediately coming to January in this church, kulikuwa na the 21 days of prayer and fasting.
Sure.
I did. And I fasted for those 21 days.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see, I feel like it was my first time ever in my life fasting for serious, sile ya kufosiwa, sile ya high school, tulikuwa tunaambiwa, nyenye mfast because KCSE is coming, you know? See here na sile ya campus, you don't even know really why you're doing it that much. For the first time in my life, I fasted and prayed. And during the 21 days of prayer, I was only asking God for 3 things. I was telling God to help me to stay in Christ. Nisiwahi anguka. Kunaitwa kuanguka, backslide. Yeah, nisiwahi backslide. Number 2, I was telling God to give me a purpose. Give me a purpose. And number 3, what was number 3? Oh, to help me to, to be at church, to be able to never miss church, to always walk in this Christ path, this smile with God.
You're praying for things that some of us find so casual.
Yeah.
Like this, okay, it's given, nikiokoka, I'll find my purpose. It's given, nikiokoka, nitaenda church. But you're so intentional in telling God, nataka kuendanga church.
Yes. Mine was, Mungu mimi nisaidie sasa. Because
I love
it's all
that.
about you, God. I told God, I don't even know how to pray, God. I forgot how to pray. I didn't even know how to pray that much.
Okay.
Ni ile tu maombi, 2 minutes you are done. I told God, you also need Holy Spirit to teach me how to pray. Let me pray. I will pray.
You started even chanting in the spirit.
Yeah, I started telling God, I want to pray.
Wow.
I want to pray. I want to know you better.
Sure.
So during the 21 days, there are some things I did. I believe sometimes you have to do some things practically. You cannot just sit down and tell God, teach me how to pray, and you're not doing anything about it. You need to do something. Ndio akikuja kukuhelp already, you are somewhere. So what I did, I started reading the Bible. I started the New Testament, kusoma from Matthew all the way. During the 21 days, I was reading. I think I was ensuring that in 3 days' time, a chapter is done. Is this a chapter or a book? A book is done. Maybe the book of Matthew is done.
Okay.
Yeah. So nikaanza kukua. Now I'm getting to even have an intimate relationship, a close relationship with God, because I'm understanding His word even much more. And during the 21, remember, I had asked God for 3 things, to have a very close relationship with Him, to know how to pray, and to have a purpose. During my prayer point, izo 21 days, when I was praying, the mountain. Mimi nilikuwa naenda kwa mlima. Sometimes I used to go. I had a voice telling me, I'm the voice that is going to heal you. I'm the voice that is going to heal you.
Wow.
I felt it. That is now during the 21 days of prayer. Mimi nashangaa, which is this voice? Why am I feeling it in my spirit? I'm the voice. I am the voice. I took my journal down whatever I was feeling, the voices, and every time I could pray, I found myself repeating those words. I'm the voices that heal, I'm the voices that heal. I didn't know what it meant. That is January. I didn't know what it meant. Sasa mimi nikalenga tu hiyo story, nikasema maybe it's just something.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what it is, but I know it's something. So voices that heal, it was something that came from a point of prayer. While I was praying at the mountain, during the 21 days of prayer and fasting, January.
God is really faithful.
It came as a message through prayers.
Wow.
So I have something in my mind, but I don't know what it means. I really don't know what it means, but I'm trusting God will make it apparent in due time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one day, should I continue?
Yes, of course.
So one day, January imeisha, the prayer and fasting imeisha, we've gone back to school, of course, the term is continuing. So one day, I'm just somewhere kwa parking lot, nimekaa tu hivyo. And I told a colleague friend of mine that also she's a member of Voices That Heals. Nikamwambia hii story. Nikamwambia unajua by the way, Eliza shout out. I told her, by the way, unajua me when I'm praying, she's very prayerful and very spiritual. When I'm praying, there is something that keeps coming to my mind. And as much as I try to avoid it, napata tu, even when I'm driving to work, it's just coming, Voices That Heals. Voices That Heals. And I thought it's God telling me, I'm going to heal you, you know, from everything that you've gone through. I'm going to change your story.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, nikamwambia mimi kuna something, it hasn't come out of my mind. And she didn't give me any answer. Aliniambia, sometimes huwa mtu anasikia hizo vitu. No, she's just like, she didn't understand it too. She didn't understand it too, but I shared it to her because right now, as we see the existence of Voices That Heal, she reminds me of it every day.
Yeah.
Now, ile time ilikuwa Apostle David Juma alikuwa huku, ilikuwa lini? Was it April or May?
I think it was May. It was May.
It was May.
Yeah, the New Wine.
Yeah, the New Wine Conference. This is what happened in the New Wine Conference. I attended the entire conference every day. Sikuwa nachelewa. I was here the entire time. And during the New Wine Conference, nikitoka nje ya gate, pale nje ya gate, I met a former student of mine. A former student, pia yeye alikuwa amekuja conference. So tulipatana kwa gate ya church. I like teacher, mambo, I'm good. How are you doing? We are good. Akamuuliza, where are you going? Kaniambia hata mimi nimetoka conference, but I'm heading to a meeting ya vijana iko hapa Mwaganjo, tumeitwa na certain politician. Kamuliza, politician, what is it all about? Hata tunakuanga vijana wa networking, tumeenda tuchome, you know, and there were several youths there, wanaenda wakachomwa na politician. And I talked to them, nikawauliza, what is your group all about? Kaniambia, it's not like it's about much, it's about us just coming together and networking. But when I listened to them, I looked at them, I felt pity. I looked at them, I saw desperation.
Wow.
I felt something inside. I felt, no, this generation needs a saving. You see, they just left the church. They are heading somewhere because they have been promised something by someone, you know. They are broken. They are giving me stories of how life is, how broken they feel since they left school. They are telling me all kind of things. I know the thing that they are heading to is maybe to be given 50 bob, 100 bob, ya kuambiwa tu tuko na nyinyi, tuko pamoja. And meeting those students during that New Wine Conference actually is now where Voices of Healing, you know, that Heals was born. Because after that, I told one of that boy, I need to have a meeting with you. I didn't even know why. Unaona tu kitu unajiambia. Remember, I had the Voices That Heals in my mind. I had the Voices That Heals. And it was so existent in my mind such that each and every day, I was sharing a quote to my colleagues at work and to my student with a title, Voices That Heal. They are watching, they know this. Nawaambia, hashtag, Voices That Heal. Nawaambia, if you feel afraid today, do this or that, you know, no matter how much you feel you are valued, you are worthy. I'm just sharing things to them during that period, but I haven't established something functional. So nikaambia hao vijana, nyie endeni mkachomwe, but I need to have a meeting with you. So I told one of the boys, and that boy is now a part of the leadership of Voices That Heal, actually. Wow. And I tend to think he's a co-founder because were it not for the fact that I found him there, maybe I would still be having the Voices That Heals in my mind. So I met the boy, nikamwambia, let's meet at a certain restaurant there. I went and told him, this is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking about it? I'm thinking, can we start a group where we can bring youths together? Where we can provide a safe place for them to speak about their issues.
This is the same young man who was to go to Mwaganjo.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, nimemuita after that that day. Nimeorganize a meeting. Remember, this has been my student for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So ni mtu amepitia kwa mikono yangu na mfahamu vizuri. I know him. and I know his potential. And the reason I've chosen to talk to him is because I know his potential. Shout out to you, Edwin Kigo. Kigo has been my student. Actually, nilimpata form 1. Nikamfunza for 4 years hadi akamaliza. So I'm meeting my student at the gate. So I sat with Kigo down, nikamwambia Kigo, I'm thinking. Actually, I had to first ask him so many questions about, you guys mukimaliza shule, some of you who don't manage to go to college, what do you do? And he gave me so many issues of what they do. Now, after sitting down with Kigo, tulifikiria tukasema, how about if we start a group? But after that meeting, tulienda nyumbani without anything functional still. It was just an idea shared. You know what faith happened during that month?
Please tell us.
May. Something happened, something sad happened that now gave the birth to Voices That Heal. Hizo zote zilikuwa preparation. We lost one of our former students, a classmate to Kigo, due to suicide. Kwa hiyo area tu yao, huku tu Mwea. Wow. Yeah, one of the students committed suicide due to domestic issues. I don't intend to mention their name. May her soul rest in peace.
Amen.
But after that, watu walitoka kwa hiyo burial session. I told Kigo, it's time. It's time we bring this into life. Let's create a group. Let's add people. Let's bring youths together. Let them speak about their issues. Because I was assuming if that particular person, if only she had a platform like Voices That Heal, she would not have committed suicide. Sure. I know, hangejua. I knew her. She was my student. I knew if she knew there is someone out there, if Madam Anne is there, she would have called me that night before doing that. Yeah. She would have spoken up. But such kind of group never existed, you see? And now we had to give birth to Voices That Heal. We created a WhatsApp group. Youths joined from all over Kirinyaga, Mwea, from all sides. We started having conversation virtually. During now, May, Meisha, June, we are still having conversation virtually. They are eager. You are having open forums. You know, we are living in the digital world, so most of the youths have phones. So we are having meetings every Tuesday, tunafungua. Unapata wamejoin. They are sharing, everybody at their turn. Someone is talking about grief, another one heartbreak, another one, you know, so many issues. And when we gave them that space to speak, people started joining. They started becoming part of this journey. But I started, you know, getting afraid. Because now, what have I just started? Am I going to keep up with this? Ni mimi sasa hapo tu na our youths, what do I do to them? You know, they are here thinking, I have all the answers to their problems. I don't have. I don't know where to start. I don't know. I was very confused and I was very afraid. And of course I went back to God, nikamwambia, ni wewe umenipatia hii purpose. Fanya mambo yako, because I don't know what to do. And I felt now, after having a month of talking to them online, I felt it was worth now meeting them physically. So I decided to organize a lounge for a group. And I think, the pictures that are there on the screen. Wow. We organized a lounge at Mwangi Hotel. I organized myself along with now the few leaders, now the student that I had picked to be part of me. We organized a lounge and the youths came. Wow. People came. Sasa vile walikuja, nikaanza pia kutense. Because you know the thing with youths, because I deal with youths, and I think everybody who deals with youth know that that's a very delicate generation.
And they are very demanding.
They are very demanding, and
you have to be articulate with what you're offering.
Exactly. And they come with a lot of expectations. They don't know you are also trying to bring this thing into life. They don't know you don't have all the answers. They have this expectant heart. Ametuita kwa hivyo, kama kuna mtu akona heartbreak, alikuwa anataka commit suicide, ama kuna mtu amefanyiwa kitu, domestic issues, they want you to tell them that do this and that and everything will be okay. But that's not about healing. Healing is a journey. Yeah, you start a healing journey with them. You start and which begins with speaking up. So this is what happened. I went to Mwangi Hotel. You know, when grace locates you ni hivyo tu, and favor. Because I remember I went to Mwangi, nikaenda nikaongea na manager, nikamwambia about my initiative. Nikamwambia, imagine I don't have all the money to host these people. I don't know what to do. And he asked, how much can you afford? Nikamwambia ile yenye nilikuwa nayo, and he told me, bring people here. I'll even give you the public address. I'll give you a whole public address. Wewe hiyo yenye uko nayo for refreshment, you bring it.
Wow.
And I thank God because I went back to my people in my contact list. I reached out with a poster and people sent, watu wali show love actually.
Wow.
People showed love. And I was able to raise money for refreshments, and I invited youths there. They came. And I reached out to friends, people who can offer counseling. They were busy. Of course, it was a late invite, but I was connected to someone. I have to shout out to her. She's a psychologist, Christine Wangeshi. Yeah, she came. I also met her that day. She came and she talked. I invited spiritual friends. Like I remember I invited Psalmist Kevin, who also came. And it was a moment. And during that moment, let me tell you what happened. Ile kitu sasa broke me is that those youth didn't even want the refreshment. They only wanted a space. Because after the speaker was done, we had an open mic moment. Jesus. People broke down. People shared. People didn't even want to leave the room. You see the way it happens in American society, ama kwa movie unaonanga people stay in circles to talk about their problems. That was it now. People people talked about the struggles they are facing, their fears, the things they are going through in life. And they didn't even, after hata kulikuwa usiku hawakuwa wanataka, they felt so safe to an extent they didn't even want to leave that place. But now the movement was launched already, so we had to tell them we are together in this. People came, youths came with their friends. Walitoka all the way from Nauku Kerugoya. People who saw the poster, the word itself, voices that healed, was a hope for many people. Walikuja, wakakuja, and it was awesome because I remember that day. I just called the leadership, the people that we had already appointed to be part of us, nikawaambia, wow, it was meant to be. And from that, I just prayed to God, nikaambia Mungu, now, from now onwards, I don't know much. I missed to say something. Please do. You see, when I got this voice that healed, I also felt like, if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna counsel people, I need to have the skills. I also felt that. And mimi napenda kujipanga sana. I don't like Mungu anipate ka siko ready. I like really getting ready for things. Yeah, I like preparing. So I felt, if I'm gonna reach out to youth, if I'm gonna offer the counseling, I also need to equip myself with the skills needed. And at that particular moment, I went back to school to do my master's in psychology because I really wanted to have the skills and the know-how on how to do all this. So these things are happening at the same time. Nimerudi shule, ninasoma mambo ya psychology. At the same time, there is a movement that is growing at a fast rate. I feel like all eyes are on me in this movement. These youths are looking up to, what do you have for us? When are we meeting? Are you going to heal us? They are looking at me with those eyes and those voices, and I'm here just telling God, wow, it's a lot happening in the same year. At some point, I even felt like first, hold on to the movement, kwanza nisome, nipate skills. But imagine that didn't happen because in the process, God brought people in. The likes of Pastor Jogu. The likes, people came in to be in support. When I went to go to school to do my master's, I got even now to meet classmates doing the same, who also have the same desire. So I bring them in for this conversation. They're able to become now the unpaid therapists. So these youths, they already know they have people out there to listen out to them.
This is really amazing, and allow me to cut it short. I know there is a lot to speak about voices that heal, and I thank God because even as you're sharing, someone is getting their healing. And when you're speaking of that young lady who had to lose their lives, some of us, unfortunately, it has not taken physical death, but literally they are walking dead. They have lost themselves in the process. And we are not just speaking to them that probably will go and take a rope and take their lives or go to those pills. And like I started with saying, it is so unfortunate that the cheapest method we have found, the cheapest formula we have found to navigate through our problems. And the bad thing it is, problems cut across. You might be in a marriage that is not working. Maybe you might be trying a career and things are not working, a job and it's not working, a business and it's not working, and there are debts surrounding you, and probably you may look at yourself and feel like there is no sense in living. You're facing rejection from a family, from the society, and probably you feel like you don't have the reason to live, you don't have the reason to exist. I thank God for Voices That Heals because you brought a better option. There is more to life other than feeling worthless. There is more to life other than feeling like a nobody. There are so many people that look up to you. I want to imagine what would have happened if we lost Anne back in Nakuru. If we lost her in that room when she felt like, I feel alone and I feel like nobody is there to appreciate me, and I think I don't have a reason for this, for this life. I wonder how many we could have lost in the process, because it was not just about your family. It was not just about you, but there is a generation that was waiting. Of course, you'll allow me, we continue with this conversation next week because there is a lot to learn. That was just one instance of this young man. We are getting to learn more and more and more and more how many these voices of hope, voices that heals have impacted, because it have impacted many, and many are becoming the voice itself. So kindly allow me to request you to stay there until we meet again on Monday, same time, same place, and it's going to be bigger and better because we want to understand what is it to stand bold even when in the midst of storms. We want to understand what is this to still believe in yourself even when nothing is making sense. We are going to be getting that on Monday. I was your host. Thank you so much for being there. Them that are following us on our YouTube and also our Facebook channel. Mungu awabariki. It has been a blessing, and you need to know that I am seated on this seat because of your support. Always being there. I can never take it for granted. And so to patane on Monday for a bigger and better episode, even as we get to continue. Have a good week. Have a good night. We love you from Miles with God.